evening.
And welcome to
Novo
Youth
Youth
Online, the best place to be on a Friday night digitally.
That is very true.
Because the other best place physically
Would be in the building, but we're
No,
not there.
We're not there.
The second best place to be online is there's a virtual tour that I did one time of a museum.
Oh, dude.
It was very boring, but I did it in cat class when I wasn't studying. So
Which museum was it?
the one that's I
That way.
that way.
That's a sick one, that one, dude.
Bruh.
Love it. Did you see that exhibit with the thing? The old thing.
You know that one? That was crazy. Anyways, what we're doing today?
So I was thinking to myself during the week, like, I was reading some most likely to questions, and I couldn't decide between our friends who's most likely to do what. So I thought I would employ the help of our ever so faithful viewers to help
Them.
us them, right there.
They're gonna tell us.
Them, yeah.
They're gonna tell us. They're
Them.
gonna tell us.
That was on the wrong camera.
Wrong camera.
They're gonna tell us
I don't get paid
who's
for this.
most likely to.
Them.
We really, yeah, we really
do.
don't. We
Not,
do,
but we
okay.
do this out of love.
Anyway, all right.
Okay, so the first question is, who is most likely to be rich? Now, if we're basing it on the rest of the group, so not just the two of us, because as boring, it's obviously not me.
It's not me either. We both want to work cheap. Okay, if we're gonna base it on the group as a whole,
Yes.
of who's watching,
I'm leaning towards Darren.
Darren Eft.
Darren Neft. I feel like
He
he's
has a
gonna post
future.
one TikTok and it's gonna, you know what I'm saying?
I was thinking more along the lines of foot modeling, but we
Foot modeling.
have you seen that man's
Toes is.
like arching his foot? Dude?
Does he have an arch, dude?
I don't have one,
I
but
don't-
his one is prime, my guy.
Touch jealous.
It's either him or Kiara Eager.
Ooh.
That
I'm
girl-
eager to understand why you say that.
Woo! Because there's nothing. Because she's big brain. She's a smart woman.
I
She'll
saw when
apply
she was
herself-
doing the agreed discreet challenge there.
You know what I mean?
She looked like she knows what she was talking about.
Exactly my point.
Cool. All right, so we have Kiara or Darren.
Darren.
You guys can tell us who.
I'd say it's,
I think it's Kiara. I'm being honest. Sorry, Darren.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Question 2.
Who is most likely to give all their money to charity? 100% honesty. If the charity is for animals, it's Jesse Eden.
Yeah, okay, I can get
If
behind
there's
that.
sick doggos in wheelchairs,
If it's a children's hospital though,
Ooh.
or children's charity,
children's charity,
I'm leaning towards Jade.
Jade.
She likes kiddies. That's
She
why she's on
does
top
like
team.
children. That's why she's one of our favorite TOS leaders. If you'd like to join Jade as a TOS
No,
leader-
hi, we're not plugging youth. If you want to join production, hi.
Nah,
my
I'm
name
not
is-
plugging you either. All right, so it's between Jade. Okay, what if it's
What
child,
if it's child animals, dude?
puppies?
Puppies, dude.
Isn't that still?
Yeah, that falls under Jesse. So
what
Jesse.
if it's a sick child holding a sick puppy?
Ooh,
Both of them.
that'll be you.
Both of them. Be me.
Yeah.
You're right.
Do you
She
like
needs some
broken?
sorry.
Most likely to go to jail.
In fact, the answer's obvious.
Nah.
Okay, we say our answer on
On 3.
On 3.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Taddy.
I didn't think you were gonna say that. I was gonna say me.
I thought I was gonna say me. It's definitely me. Someone's gonna annoy me, and I'm just be like, "Hey, you're sleeping now."
But Teddy is just an illegal guy. Dude.
Nah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Question 4, Matthew.
Who is most likely to get married first?
So now I think a cop out would
A
be.
cop out is me.
is you.
I already put a ring on it. Beyonce, be proud.
I'm gonna say Leah.
Based on personality, based on how she is as a person, how loyal she is as a friend.
As a friend.
I can imagine if she would be with someone,
Hypothetically,
they would get married very soon.
very soon. They like
Or-
a close second.
Second place is the one I shares again. Dude.
Taddy would definitely. Actually, I think it's close between Leah and Taddy.
I
I'd
think
flip a
so
coin. I'd flip a coin. In the chat, let us know. I don't know which camera. This one. Hi. In the chat.
I'll look at the one you looked at there.
Okay, cool. In the,
the
chat,
chat.
let us know who you think between a Leah or Taddy, or someone completely else, except Matthew. That's a cop out. Who's most likely to get married? Because I don't think we can decide. All right, question 5. Who is most likely to get into a fight? Now, we spoke about cop outs in the first round.
You're a cop out.
I'm a cop out. You can't pick me.
That's a bit racist. Okay. I'm leaning more towards a good friend of mine who we all know
Had a rough past, dude.
Had a rough past. To be sweet and gentle. Our friend Racer Ripakari. would definitely throw hands in an event where she is upset.
Racer, rip your weave off Rubakari. No, she would do it. No, she would 100%. Racer would put hands on someone.
Racer would 100%. Like, just as a random example, if someone were to like
Hypothetically.
take something from her,
Mhm.
like a mobile device,
She's throwing hands.
She's upset.
No doubt in my mind.
yep,
100%. Okay. Question
Next question.
6.
6.
Who?
Who is more likely to focus on the little things?
Focus or worry?
Worry.
Worry about the little things. Because focus on the little things is a different person, I would say.
So worrying about little things,
Mm-hmm.
I'd put it toward a good friend of mine. Actually, it's high between two good friends.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't think of one. The flying.
So I'll say one, you say one.
Okay.
So you go first.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go with someone who has a similar name to mine, in the sense of it starts with an R, it's 4 letters. I'm thinking Reed.
Reed Danson.
Reed Danson. We basically look the same.
basically the same person. I would get you all confused in a dark alleyway.
I would too.
I would say someone else who focuses on the little things would be Jared Bernard Shadler. Because
Everyone just put Bernard in the chat.
everyone put Bernard in the chat, please. It's Bernard. Bernard. Or Bernard, if you will.
But that's wrong.
No, the reason why I say Jared is because I've seen him work.
Yes.
I've seen him meticulously make our Novo things. And he does a
Keep
very...
the bounce though.
Right? But if he sees it a 1 pixel off, he's re-rendering. You know what I mean?
That's true. He would be that type of guy.
He really would. But Reed, on the other hand,
Reed is just Reed.
he's detail-oriented
He is.
to the T.
That's why we love him.
Exactly.
Question 7. The next question is, who is most likely to go on a world tour?
I'd say our good friend Andrew.
She do be going out though.
I follow her Instagram. She's been posting her
Karooing.
Her karooing.
She went to Karoo.
I figured that
That's not how you say the word, but
Nah, but I think
Karoo.
so. But
I'm Afrikaans.
who's a good contender?
A good contender, I
most
want to
likely.
say, is Emily.
Emily. Why?
Because she is touring away from Novo, unfortunately, at the end of the year.
Oh.
Big sadness.
So what you're saying is
Unless the Lord lead her somewhere else,
She-
aka back to us.
back to Novo, back to South Africa. So you're saying she's leaving. So technically, it's a pretty good because
It's a start.
one actively is traveling, but one is going to travel.
I think that's a good
know what I mean?
middle ground.
I think we should.
Move to the next question.
Who do you think Ryan Kotze
That's good to hear.
is the next person to run our country, El Presidente, if you will, the guy who calls the
Presidente.
meetings on a Thursday
Mhm.
and grounds us for misbehavior?
The ones like my fellow South Africans.
That homie. Who
Mhm.
is next to be that guy or that lady? Because my thoughts are leaning towards a lady
Really?
who goes by the name of Silvana.
Ooh.
I think she just has like I've watched her sing at the creative nights, which happen every so often, and I see there's some authority in her voice, leading authority.
Come on,
some way
Church.
she leads vocally. So I think she'd make a great competitor.
I would
Honorable
say
member.
someone from my Novo group. I want to say my boy Shakes.
Shekinah Shakes Munemo,
Yes, him.
the man, the myth, and the legend. Why?
You know, Mr. Drummer himself.
Dude.
I saw him do a drum roll, and I think he can drum roll us into a better place. Than finances.
Woo!
Come on, Church.
He keeps our country in time.
You know-
All right, that's all the time we have for today.
Speaking of time. Cool, and that's enough of us from our waffle. I think we've been talking enough
I
now.
think we're splitting up. I think Jared's never gonna have us together again.
The vibes though.
Anyway, why don't we head over to some
Novo news.
Welcome to Novo News,
Hi,
everyone.
everyone.
I am here with the very beautiful Raisa Robakare. And
Oh,
guys,
stop it.
can we just take a moment to acknowledge that Raisa, you look all types of stunning, girl.
Please, man.
Wow, you look gorgeous.
You know what? Today I just decided to not look like my problem. So I said, Racer, you put on that makeup.
There we
you wear
go.
a cute dress.
There
and here
you
we
go.
are.
Guys, in the comments, just please put a shout out to Raisa because she looked gorgeous. Also, talking
Lol.
about problems, guys, I know every week we always have these bougie cups. You know,
Yeah.
when we do filming and we do online, we have these bougie cups. But I mean, guys, you know, it's just.
This was the best we could do.
It was we're on a tight budget, and you know it's just
Yeah,
it's that
so,
time of the
I mean-
month, so we're just keeping things a bit tight. But I hope you guys don't judge us for that. Awesome.
You can still drink some really great
Okay.
content from it. Okay, clearly Jessie finished the drink before we started
Stunning.
the segment. But anyway, Jessie, why don't you take us through our first announcement?
Of course, Racer. Guys, next week, Racer. I cannot believe that next week is Easter.
It's
Easter
insane.
weekend, like,
It is insane, guys. The
No,
fact that we are
man.
having
Wow.
this conversation already now is just mind-blowing.
oh my head. Okay, so guys, next week, as we just said, is
Yeah.
Easter weekend.
Yeah.
So next week Friday, it's Good Friday. So we will not have a online service, but rather an in-person service. And I mean, guys, come hang out with us. It's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
It's like the best weekend ever. Easter weekend
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Yes.
Guys, Racer will be at probably at check-in.
Yes, that's right.
So
I'll be
she'll
checking
greet you
in.
guys.
Yes,
Awesome.
but join us. And on that note, oh, sorry, did I cut you there?
Oh,
Did I
you,
go-
Racer, you did. But okay, guys, I was just gonna add. On Sunday, Easter Sunday, we also have obviously the big Easter service.
Yes.
So we have 9 a.m. service, but not 10:30 online and not 6 p.m.
Yeah.
online. So we only have 9 a.m. happening online. But
Yeah.
as for the rest of the morning, which is the 9 a.m. and the 10:30 is happening in
In
our building.
Yes.
Guys, we want to see you. We
Yes.
miss you.
And it's important that you book your seats in advance because seats do fill up very quick because space is limited in our building. But yeah, make sure you register because we'd love to see you here.
And guys, to register is quite a simple process, right? So you just go on our website,
Just go on our
Church
website.
Milnerton,
Seats.
book your seat, and
And that's it. That is it. And then
There
we
we go.
see you here.
absolutely.
On that note, in 2 weeks' time, on the 9th of April, it is going to be our last youth online
That
service.
is good news. That
It's
is good
good
news,
news.
Racer.
It's good
It's been
news.
good online, but we're excited.
it's-
We are ready to go in person.
Exactly. We are so excited. But hey, we're not just going to end off on like a average note.
Absolutely.
Jessie, we are bringing summer vibes,
Woo!
even though
Girl.
the weather is like moving onto
Girl,
the new
we are here to
season.
bring the
We're
light,
here
no
to
matter
bring-
what season it is. We are here to
Amen.
bring the God color. So bring your tie-dye top, bring your color dress,
Bring your
whatever. That's it.
Just bring your summer vibe.
There we
And
go.
hey, guys, take pictures, tag us on our
we
Instagram
go.
handle. We'd love to see how you joined in on our summer vibe theme. And hey, it's not just a theme. We have the incredible Dino Chikatilo
Chikatilo.
joining us, and he's got a word in season for all of us. So we want to see you there online.
Every single time I've been in the audience whereby Dina was preaching, Racer,
It's
you
it's
can
just
also
amazing.
testify.
It's amazing.
It was, you walk away with something.
Yes.
Absolutely.
yes, yeah. Church does not end on a Friday. We still have our Sunday services, and hey, we'd love for you to join us at our 9 a.m. or 10:30. Don't forget to book your seats. And hey, for
Absolutely.
the online fan that joins us online, just a reminder that we only have our 9 a.m. service streaming at the moment. Our 10:30 and 6 p.m. service is not running. So if you do miss the service, you can go over to our YouTube channel at View Church Milnerton and watch the service there.
Awesome, guys. Well, that's it from Racer and I. Guys, let's do a quick cheap cheers.
See you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much, Novo News. We appreciate you always keeping us up to date with what's happening in the life of our church. I'm so excited for our last online service, guys. It's going to be a bomb. It's definitely not something you want to miss out on. But on that note, guys, sit, tuck yourselves in, get your notebook out because we're about to hear a bomb message from Jared in our last installment of the I'm In series.
Hey Novo family, I am super pumped to preach today, but before we get started on the final installment of the I'm In series, let us know in the chat or comment section down below how your week has been. How are you doing? How was school? How was university? Did you get maybe too much homework? Or did you get a chance to watch your favorite series? Or was it all a bunch of chaos? And if it was chaos, we want you to know that we care for you and that we are praying for you. And if you ever need prayer or someone to talk to, feel free to message your Novo youth leader or chat to one of us in person during one of our Novo group nights here in person in the building, Friday, 7 p.m. Cool. So we are starting off this message. I want to encourage you to type this out in the chats right now. We are influencers. My goal today is to hopefully change your opinion of your assessment about yourself and help you to see that you are an influencer. So what are we? Type it out in the chats. We are influencers. In week 1, Ryan preached that we are invited. In week 2, Raisa preached and she reminded us that we are invaluable. And today I want to show you that I am and you are influential for God's glory. You are an influencer. I believe that you are called to be a light in this world and to show the love of God day in and day out. I'll give you one statement that we'll look at again later in this message, and I pray that this really sinks into your heart, that you will embrace the reality of this truth, that you have no idea how one conversation, one word, one encouragement, or one expression of love might change someone's life. You have no idea how God might use one word, one moment, one simple act of kindness in the life of another person, a friend, a family member, or even someone you do not know, someone who might not even be saved, so that it reveals to them the love and grace of Jesus. So modern culture has unfortunately hijacked the term influencer. What this means is, when I was searching what an influencer is online and trying to get my research in, here's what it says online. An influencer is simply someone who has influence over others' buying decisions because of their authority, knowledge, or relationship with their audience. I mean, really? That's what an influencer is? Someone who influences our buying decisions because of the number of followers they have on social media? I'm so confused because when I grew up, I thought an influencer was often someone like a good parent or a good friend or even a teacher. But today, unfortunately, culture has hijacked the term, and many people would say now that an influencer is a celebrity, or influencers are content creators. It is someone who has amassed a great number of followers on their social media platforms. For those of you that are disciples of Jesus, I know not everybody is at this point, and no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, or you might not even be on one, you are absolutely welcome here. But for those of you that are disciples of Jesus, I want to show you exactly what Jesus says you are. He uses 2 metaphors in the book of Matthew. In Matthew 5, he says, you are the salt of the earth. What does salt do? Salt purifies. Salt adds flavor. And then Jesus said, you're also the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stands, and it gives light to everyone in the house. It shines darkness, never overcomes the light. And Jesus says, you are light. In the same way, Jesus says, let your light shine before others. Let your love influence people towards Jesus. Let your light shine, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Let's reclaim the true meaning of what it is to be an influencer. Now listen, I'm not against influencers in our culture today. I challenge us to actually be influencers on our social media platforms, but the influencers that God has called us to be, the salt and the light of this world. Now, the problem with our current view of influence is that it typically starts with platform. An example of a platform could be on social media, amongst your friends and classmates, or even on the sports field. It is commonly described that the size of your platform determines the scope of your influence. Now, I believe that it starts with something completely different. I think the true and lasting influence, always starts with people before platform. It always starts with people. And the good news is that all of you have people in your sphere of influence that you come into contact with every single day. So type this in the chat section or comments down below. We are influencers. Now in grade 11, I was sitting in maths one day and a classmate walked up to me. I knew her and we've chatted and we've spoken in the past, but we weren't really friends. At the time, I had just finished filming Honey 3, a dance movie, and it had just released for audience to come and see it. And this classmate asked me, "Hey Jared, really keen to know if you would be interested in judging our dance competition this year at View City Milnerton." Now, at this time, I had no idea what View City Milnerton was or who even View Church was. I was a Christian, but I didn't have a strong relationship. I felt very on the fence at the time. But there was a sense of acceptance and joy that came with the invitation to judge at the competition. I will never forget that interaction. That interaction is one of the main reasons why I stand here before you today. I was invited, but the way she made the invitation so joyful and accepting, I truly felt welcome to not only judge the competition, but to come to the church and have a great time with people who were as passionate about Jesus as my classmate was. And that classmate was Racer, one of our own core Novo leaders. So, let me say this again. You have no idea what one word of encouragement or even an invite might do to influence someone on their journey. In John 4, Jesus was on a trip, and on his journey, he was going to pass through Samaria, which was an unusual choice. The disciples would not have expected him to do so because Jews at the time didn't interact with Samaritans. And I'll explain a bit more of that later. So Jesus sat down by a well, and a Samaritan woman comes up to him, and Jesus asks her for a drink of water. He dignifies her by starting a conversation, and she's thrown completely off guard. She's probably like, "I am shocked. I'm gobsmacked. I never expected this. This is unheard of for a Jewish man to approach a Samaritan woman because Jews at the time thought that they were of a higher social status." Now, Jesus replied with love, "If you only knew the gift God has for you, and who you're speaking to, you would ask me, and I would give you the living water." She's intrigued but confused. She says, "Sir, but you don't have a bucket and the well is deep. How can I get you the water?" And Jesus replies in verse 13, "Anyone who drinks of this water, this natural water, will soon become thirsty again. But those who drink of the water I give will never be thirsty again." This woman notices something is different about this man. And she says, "Please, sir, may I have some of this living water that you speak of?" So Jesus says in verse 16, "Go and get your husband," Jesus told her. "I don't have a husband," the woman replied. And Jesus said, "You're right. You don't have a husband, for you had 5 husbands, and you aren't even married to the man that you're currently living with." And she says, "You're speaking the truth. You must be a prophet." Now, there wasn't a Jewish man anyway who would have interacted with this woman, but Jesus approaches her with love in his heart and dignifies her and honors her, all the time knowing that she was an outcast in her own community. The Bible says it directly. The woman left the water jar behind and ran back to the village, telling everybody, "Come and see a man who told me everything I've ever done. Could he possibly be the Messiah?" So what happened? The people came streaming from the village to see Jesus. So what do we see in this powerful story? First of all, no matter how bad your life is messed up, you are not too far gone for the love of Jesus to reach into your life. Then we see the town outcast, the one that everybody else would whisper about. And they'll gossip. And now she enthusiastically tells people this may be the Messiah. Now the woman that has been called the immoral immediately becomes an influencer. Her story shows us that you don't have to have it all together to influence someone else towards Jesus. You don't have to know it all. You don't have to pray powerful prayers and be able to quote every single word in the Bible. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have all the things in your life in place to be an influence. You just have to know who Jesus is and care about the people around you. Love God, love people. We need to be the salt and the light in this world. We need to be the salt and the light to those around us. You just have to care about people. You don't need 2,000 followers, 5,000 followers. You don't even need one follower to have a platform of influence. You need to care about one person who's in front of you. You are an influencer. Come on, believe it. You are an influencer. Type it in the chat or in the comment section down below again. We are influencers. Don't let culture rob you from your calling by categorizing influencers as someone only on social media. It doesn't start with platform. It always starts with the person right in front of you. You are an influencer. Now this woman, she goes back to her town. She tells everybody. Next part of the story, it says in verse 39, it says, many Samaritans. Now that statement alone would have been so shocking that anybody believed that one Samaritan alone could come into faith and to believe Christ. But many Samaritans from their village believed in Jesus. Why? Because of one woman who had influence. One unlikely woman who said, Jesus told me everything that I did. When they came out to see Jesus, they begged him to stay in their village. And so he stayed for 2 more days, long enough for many more to hear his message and believe. Now, who did God use? He didn't use an Instagram star, not a professional athlete, not a celebrity, not a content creator. He used a regular, ordinary, everyday, sinful woman who had been transformed by Jesus. You have influence exactly where you are. I'm going to pray us out, so let's close our eyes. Lord, I pray that we would be the salt and light of the world. God, I pray that we would choose joy this week and that we would choose to pursue, even if it's just one person, a friend, a family member, or even someone we don't even know. Lord, I pray that you would give us a confidence to pursue that person and tell them all about your love, Lord. And even if it's just extending an invite, God, I pray that you would give us the confidence to do so. And we all say, Amen. Guys, I'm super excited. Next week, we are having our in-person Good Friday and Easter services. You do not want to miss out. Our staff has been creating incredible content, and our worship team has been planning some incredible songs, so you do not want to miss out.
Dude, these biscuits are so good.
Almost a good judge message.
Jazz message, slap.
Very much
Almost
so.
as tasty as these biscuits.
Where'd you get them?
Where'd I get them? I actually ordered through a friend of ours. You might know her name is Rebecca,
Oh, Rebecca.
but we shortened that to Becca, and she sells biscuits. Becca's Biscuits.
Becca's
If
biscuits.
you're looking to get yourself a pucky of Becca's Biscuits, feel free to give her a call. She'll put a number down in the chat below.
They do hit that.